Hi guys and welcome to the best ever Sunderland 11. Well, I say best ever Sunderland 11, but what I mean by that is my favourite Sunderland 11. So basically, before we get into this, remember that this is just my opinion. Some players you probably won't agree with, or for the reasons that I'm choosing different players. And the team I am about to choose isn't necessarily the best quality team we've ever had. It's more players that I have or have had some kind of attachment to. You know, some players you get attached to, some players you don't. Everyone's different, blah, 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 blah. And the players I am going to select from are going to be from the last sort of 10 to 15 years, so it's quite recent because I only started supporting Sunderland around 2000, 2001. So I've got a good amount of players to select from there. So the formation I am going to go with is sort of a 4-3-1-2, a 4-3-3 kind of, just to kind of adjust and fit the players that I want to fit into this squad. So let's start with the goalkeeper. So over the years, we've had plenty of goalkeepers. We've had, Mignolet, Gordon, Manoni, Fulop, and in recent years, Pickford. But the one goalkeeper that sticks out like a sore thumb for me, and a goalkeeper that I've loved for years, is Tommy Sorensen. Not only did he have a fantastic song to go with him, but he was a brilliant goalkeeper, and I absolutely loved him. He was the first goalkeeper that I ever saw play for the club. So, yeah, it is going to be Tommy Sorensen in that number one spot. Now, onto the centre-backs. I have gone with John Mensah and Johnny Evans. First of all, Mensah, he was just an absolute beast. He wasn't the tallest of guys, but he more than made up for it with his muscle. He was just an absolute beast. He was aggressive and just a leader at the back. Yes, he did have pretty bad injury problems, but nevertheless, a fully fit Mensah is a quality centre-back to me. And as for Johnny Evans, he did spend, he had 2 different loan spells for us from Manchester United, and I think at the time, because I remember watching him play back then, and he was just quality, there was just class about him, decent on the ball, and it was just an air of class around that defence, which I really, really liked at the time when Johnny Evans was there. So yeah, the centre-back partnership is going to be Mensah and Johnny Evans. And I will just mention that I was very, very close to putting Nugsy there, Nara Nosworthy, because I absolutely adored him as well. He wasn't the most fantastic footballer by any stretch, but I absolutely loved the man. And again, he had a great song to go with it, and I'm not going to be singing it, so don't worry. So next up, moving on to our left backs, and no, it isn't going to be the one that you probably expected me to say, because I know that the one that I'm going to say is going to be in a different position, so don't worry, he is in there if you're thinking of him anyway. Anyway, enough of the riddles. The left back I am going to choose is Mickey Gray, an absolutely incredible left back. Defensively, he could get caught out quite easily, but attacking wise, he was just insane. He had pace to burn. He had a brilliant left foot on him to whip balls into the box, which supplied Phillips and Quinn at the time, which were just absolutely insane. So yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, we've had Marcos Alonso at the club. We've had Danny Rose has appeared for us as well, who are both very, very good defenders, both in the modern day now. But Mickey Gray, there were too many good memories of seeing him, and it was just absolutely fantastic. Now to the right back position, where we had not many players to choose from really, but one just stuck out like a sore thumb. He did have his ups and downs with the club, but I'm going with him, and it is Phil Bardsley. No, not Pascal Chimbonda. So I've chose Bardsley purely because he's a hard-hitting tackler, no-nonsense defender, and I think with that back four, I think that'd go quite well. He was a good servant to the club, which I know doesn't mean everything, but he was a decent player. We'd always give a 6.5 out of 10, wouldn't he? In terms of ratings at the end of the game. Now for my midfield 3, it's going to be sort of a defensive midfielder and 2 almost attacking type midfielders. So sitting just in front of the defence, he was only at the club for a year, unfortunately, but he's probably one of the best players I've seen at the Stadium Light, and I just loved watching him. I loved his aggression and his passion. And of course, it's not Catmull because he wasn't there for a year, and I wouldn't choose him anyway, especially after this season. But no, it is Lorik Cana, or Chana, or Sana, how some people pronounce his name. He was an absolute beast. He was, and I'm going to keep using that word because he really was a god in midfield. I loved his aggression. I loved his fight and his passion, which was brilliant. And it is such a shame that he left the club after just a year, because he could have made himself an absolute legend at that club. He did leave because he wanted to get back closer to Albania, where his family was. It was Steve Bruce who signed him, and I think he did leave for around 5 million to Galatasaray, so we could continue playing European football as well. Because I think Galatasaray, they're in the Champions League and what have you, so I don't hold that against him, but he could have been an absolute legend. Now for the two sort of attacking midfielders, I've gone with Julio Arca. Of course I've gone with Julio Arca, my favourite Sunderland player of all time. The absolute magician that man was. He was going to be accompanied by Steed Malbranc, another magician. So I think that trio, the solidness of Kana or Sana or Chana, whatever the hell you want to call him, with Arca and Malbranc as well. The creativity is there as well, and I think that would make a pretty insane three. When they were in the prime anyway, I'm not too sure how well they would do now. Probably a hell of a lot better than the players we've got now anyway. Now for the front three, there's going to be sort of two strikers and maybe a sort of centre-forward type player just behind these two. So for the centre-forward, I'm going to go for Niall Quinn, the man that had the absolutely incredible partnership with Kevin Phillips, of course, and he typifies the sort of target man role. He almost created that role himself. Who for bulbs a Quinn, he can bring it down. He was decent with his feet as well, considering he was such a big lad as well. He'd win everything in the air and he would score goals for fun as well. So just behind, just further forward than Niall Quinn, I'm going to partner Jermaine Defoe. Yes, of course, Jermaine Defoe, the absolute legend that he is. He just banged goals for fun for us in a team that was just empty of any quality whatsoever, considering his size as well. Season after season with Jermaine Defoe up top, we were just hoofing balls up to him, and he's tiny, and to see how many goals he scored in that squad was just absolutely insane. So he has got himself a spot, and of course with the whole relationship he had with Bradley Lowry, which just adds another reason to the list of reasons why I love Jermaine Defoe. So up top with Defoe as well is going to be Kevin Phillips. Of course it's going to be Kevin Phillips, a close favourite of mine, just behind Julio Arca as well. Julio Arca has always been my favourite player ever for Sunderland, and Kevin Phillips has been always just behind him. So Kevin Phillips as well. Imagine Kevin Phillips, Jermaine Defoe, Niall Quinn up there as well. That would literally just be goals galore. We'd probably leak quite a few at the other end, but I think I've done a pretty decent job of this team. So there is the lineup in full. What do you think of it? How would you improve it? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Again, remember, it's just my opinion. I'd love to see your guys' favourite or best Sunderland 11 as well in the comments. So if you have enjoyed, please hit the like, subscribe and all that nonsense, and I shall see you soon.